Now, you're watching College Football Game Night on Newswatch 12, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome to College Football Game Night. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Peyton Manny.
And I'm Madison Murray. Wow, Peyton, week 9 of college football. Spooky season.
Spooky season for sure. This season is flying by, Madison. I can't believe how fast it has gone, but it has been nothing short of exciting, and we still have so many games left to go, so we are good on that.
Thank God for that. Let's jump into our content for the night. We shall. Today, the SOU Raiders hit the road yet again to take on the College of Idaho.
College of Idaho, a team they have seen before, Maddie, at the very beginning of the season, to be exact. They did lose that game, but only by 18 points, and the Raiders are a very different team now. Last week, Coach Hall told us the Raiders just need to stay the course and stay committed to the process and to each other to be successful in today's game.
The Raiders had a strong first half performance, and there was a good amount of touchdowns scored. The Raiders put up 3 touchdowns in the first half alone and only gave up 2. Safe to say that this is a good first half for the Raiders.
A statement half for the Raiders, Madison. And in the second half, it was a close game all the way until the very end. The game was tied at 21 until the Raiders got a field goal, putting them up 24-21.
If only they could have held on just a little bit longer, they would have pulled off a huge upset, but the Raiders should be proud of themselves.
You are right about that, Madison. And here is the final score in Caldwell, Idaho. 28-24 Yotes. The Yotes put up 367 total yards today compared to the Raiders' 328. The Raiders' touchdowns came courtesy of Christian Cuarte, Bryce Goggin, and Christian Graney, along with a field goal from Cesar Ruiz.
Another tough and heartbreaking loss for the Raiders, but now we have an overview of the game. Let's break down the first half. First quarter, the Yotes with the ball. Alamar Alexander gets the handoff and he gets up the sideline, finds a hole, and he's going all the way to the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Yotes go up on the board first, 7-0. But here comes the SOU Raiders. Just seconds remain in the first quarter, and Ashuto gets the snap, hands it off to Christian Cuarte for the touchdown. The Raiders tie before heading into the second. Second quarter, Yotes lead, but the Raiders are looking to even out the score, and they do. Ashuto finds Christian Graney for another Raider touchdown. Score is tied at 14, but the Yotes trying to take the lead back. Seth Miller says nope and gets the interception for the Raiders. Raiders with the ball back. Just 15 seconds left in the first half. Ashuto goes deep to senior Bryce Goggin for the 30-yard touchdown, and the Raiders take the lead 21-14 heading into half.
You know, you're playing the highest, playing the nationally ranked team, a team that's been very successful in our conference the last 3 years, team that's in first place right now. On the road, a pretty hostile environment here in Caldwell, Idaho, and our kids just had a lot of faith and trust about the process, and even though they scored early in the game, they didn't panic, and they did a nice job of fighting their way back into the game. I think as with each play that was successful on our part, we just gained a lot of confidence, and but it's a good game against a good opponent, and I think those are the lessons that you learn if you're going to be a champion. You gotta beat the champion, and then if you want to be a champion, you got to make those key plays that when it counts the most, when the game's on the line.
Taking the lead with just seconds left is always a confidence boost heading into the rest of the game. So now let's deep dive into the second half. At the end of the third quarter, the score was tied at 21, so we start with highlights late in the fourth. With 3 minutes left in the game, the Raiders drove down the field but could not find the end zone, so the Raiders kicking team led by Cesar Ruiz comes out for the 30-yard attempt. Ruiz nails it to put the Raiders up 24-21, but with just 26 seconds left on the board, the Yotes pull off a touchdown to win the game, sending the Raiders home with a 3-5 record. Here's what Coach Hall had to say about the Raiders' overall improvement from the last 2 times these teams have met.
Well, this is the deal with the Frontier Conference. We play 3 teams twice, and I really think it's difficult for the team that won the first game to sweep. I think it's really hard. I think there's just this kind of a psychological thing. And I just challenged our players more than trying to get the win. Was just let's make sure that we leave no doubt that we've made great improvement against the last time we played these guys. So so I think we can check that box, but it just wasn't enough to translate into a win.
Well, coming up, we're going to talk about a winning team, the Oregon Ducks. Stick around. You're watching College Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Pick up the phone and call Mr. Mini Blind
And more.
Get more. Get the experience. Family operated since 1992. Get selection. Top name brands like Hunter Douglas, Alta Home, and Mecco Shade. Get savings. Mr. Mini Blind and More has rebates just like the big stores. Get savings after the sale. Window treatments save money, keeping the elements out and the comfort in.
Pick up the phone and call Mr. Mini Blind
And more.
This is Maya. As an embedded systems engineering student at Rogue Community College, Maya spends a lot of time in the lab, learning circuit design and making great connections with her instructors and classmates. By riding the bus and not owning a car, Maya saves almost $1,000 a month. RVTD helps Maya get to and from class safely and easily, enabling her to invest in her bright future at Oregon Tech. Way to go, Maya!
Appliance and Mower Center in Grants Pass is here for all your lawn and garden needs. As an elite Cub Cadet dealer, we offer a wide variety of push and riding mowers, and our parts and service department has the largest in-stock supply of lawn and garden parts in the Rogue Valley. We service what we sell. Our certified technicians will keep your equipment running for years to come. Appliance and Mower Center in Grants Pass. Come on in and see what customer service is supposed to be.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Madison, the Ducks headed south to California to take on the Cal Bears tonight.
South from here, that's
Yes,
for sure. The
thank you
Ducks
for
are
that.
getting started this season, especially after taking down the number 9th ranked UCLA Bruins last week.
Right, and that win pushed them up to number 8 in the AP Top 25 poll. Do we think they're going to keep climbing?
I think so.
think
Let's
so
check
too.
it out. The man, the myth, the legend, Dan Lanning and Justin Wilcox getting ready for the Pac-12 matchup. Not much happened in the first. So we're starting the second, 3rd and goal. Bo Nix fakes the pass. He'll keep this one, 4-yard run and a touchdown. The Ducks take the lead. Still in the second and goal. Cal has the time. Plummer passes to Sturdivant. Bradley in for the touchdown. 2nd and goal again. Nix diving through the Bears D-line. He's in. He's got it. 14-10 Oregon. 3rd and 4th now. Cal's trying to make their way down the field. Plummer picked. Bridge snags this one for 7 yards. It was popping in the second. Nix again connecting with the star Bucky Irving. He'll take a quick 12-yard stroll to the house. 21-10 Ducks. Now into the 3rd we go. Nix finding the man of the day. Whittington dodges defenders left, right, 29-yard touchdown. Are you tired of hearing it yet? Ducks up 28-10. 3rd and goal again. Nix hits the corner and this 2-yard score, showing off that run game. We're finally in the 4th now. Bo moving in the pocket over the middle, finding Patrick Herbert. We've got a runner 40 yards to the house, and the Ducks take this one home. Final out in Berkeley, 42-34 Ducks. Bo Nix setting records and reminding people that he might be a possible Heisman candidate. Nix went 27 of 35 for 412 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. His right-hand man, Noah Whittington, had 10 carries for 66 rushing yards, along with 67 receiving yards.
The Ducks put up 21 points in the first half and gave up 10 compared to last week's game against UCLA, where they put up 31 and gave up 13. So let's see what happened in the first half. The first quarter started off a little slow. Cal was the first to get on the board, but only leading by 3 from a field goal, very similar to last week's first quarter where both teams couldn't find the end zone. But the Ducks woke up in the second quarter. Bo Nix hit the ground running twice, and he himself scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game. Nick's 4-yard run in the second quarter marked his 10th rushing touchdown this season, which is the most for an Oregon quarterback since Marcus Mariota in 2014.
A slow start getting things ramped up for the Ducks, but once they start flying, it's ball game for the Mighty Ducks. Oregon wrapped up the second half with an 11-point difference against the Bears, and that led only to extend throughout the remainder of the game. The Ducks were the only ones to score in the third quarter. Nick's 29-yard pass to Whittington gave Oregon an 18-point lead. We now head into the fourth quarter where Bo rushed in his 3rd touchdown of the game alone. That play made Nix the only quarterback since 1996 to have 3 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns in multiple games in the same season. Hold up, I'm going to drop another stat. Nix now has 20 touchdowns passing and 11 runs, which makes him the 5th player with at least 20 touchdown passes and 10 touchdown runs in the first 8 games of the season. Others to do that include Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes.
Nothing better than a Ducks win, Madison. But coming up on College Football Game Night, we'll look into the Beavers bye week and how they're prepping for Washington coming up.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
This is a town called Basic. It's pretty hard to stand out around here. But if you pull up in a 2022 Nissan Rogue, you'll stand out before your feet even hit the pavement.
Can you make mine look like that?
Anything but basic. The 2022 Nissan Rogue. Get 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
Bring life and relaxation to your backyard with Wishing Well. We have all your pond and garden needs, including custom-drilled rock features, koi, water plants, and pond maintenance products. Come inside to shop for indoor plants, home and garden decor, or even a fun gift for someone special. Family-owned and pet-friendly for 4 generations. Located across from Lithia and Driveway Fields, between Medford and Phoenix. Come visit Wishing Well today.
Ideas made to marinate. Dough-covered hands and handles made for them. Adjusting until it's just right. Kitchen suites designed to bring more to the table. These are the marks of a maker. Discover the collection from KitchenAid.
Active Appliance and Mattress on 7th Street in Grants Pass. Shop online or in store.
Experience fresh local ingredients with fast and friendly service at Casablanca Coffee and Grill. Come check out our new location on Northwest 6th Street in downtown Grants Pass. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Take it to go or stay and relax in our outdoor patio or indoor seating area. Espresso and coffee, brewed smoothies, wraps, pizzas, full bar, and more. Happy hour from 2 to 5 p.m. Casablanca Coffee and Grill. We have something for everyone.
Jim Siegel Auto has got me singing a brand new song.
Jim Siegel.
Chevy, Honda, Nissan.
With Jim Siegel Auto, I know that I just can't go wrong.
Jim Siegel, Grants Pass. Can't go wrong.
Jim Siegel, can't go wrong.
Jim Siegel Auto, can't go wrong.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Out in Corvallis, Oregon State is 6-2 and on a much-needed bye week. They became bowl eligible with a 42-9 victory over Colorado Saturday at Reser Stadium.
But even on their bye week this week, the Beavers were still getting in some work. Head coach Jonathan Smith said he let his team rest up a couple days, but still kept them locked in because they have a tough stretch of games remaining on their schedule.
The Beavers have had success with the 3-man running back rotation, But there's one guy who really stepped up, and he's heating up for Oregon State freshman Damian Martinez. Martinez earned Pac-12 Freshman of the Week award for his career-high 178 rushing yards in last week's win over Colorado.
Head coach Jonathan Smith says he still likes the rotation of Martinez, Griffin, and Deshaun Fennick, but he knows Martinez is on the incline, although injuries have hurt Oregon State this season. There's a chance that senior running back Trey Lowe will not return after the bye week, and he has been out for weeks.
But even if Lowe does not return, Smith has the utmost confidence in his true freshman running back. Aside from injuries the team has seen this season, Coach Smith says he's happy with the physicality of his offense. Oregon State has been averaging 435 yards and around 6 yards per play, but they're heading into the Huskies next week, who are only allowing a little over 350 yards a game.
I think the way he can see a crease and then acceleration past the hole. I do think some of those runs are blocked pretty well, and not just by the O-line. And, some of these longer runs come from the perimeter blocking, but he's special. The guy's got a nice knack for being a true freshman.
Looking ahead to the Beavers' next opponent is pretty similar to themselves. The Washington Huskies share the exact same 6-2 record as the Beavers.
Washington leads the pack in sacks with 25 this season alone, so the big guys up front are really going to have to help Ben out in the pocket.
The Beavs' remaining games include Washington at home against Cal, on the road at Arizona State, and home against Oregon. As for their next opponent, Washington, the Huskies have the exact same record as the Beavers.
They also enter next week's game with more passing yards than the Beavs and 4 less interceptions from Washington starting quarterback Michael Penix Jr.
And next week's game comes with a bit of a twist. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. on Thursday night.
So cancel any plans you had to watch the Eagles and Texans play, because one team will become 6-3 after this matchup.
Stick around, because coming up we'll recap all the Pac-12 games that went on today. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
This is Abby and Bob. In 1964, these two high school pals started it all. Almost 60 years later, we still keep our word to the people of the Pacific Northwest to make the best pizza with the freshest ingredients. And that's a promise we will always keep.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Headaches are very common and can affect anyone at any age. Most of the time it's not serious, but there are a few signs that can indicate an underlying condition. If your headache comes on suddenly and repeatedly, or if you find yourself frequently taking over-the-counter medications to treat pain, see your provider to help you identify the source of your headache. You can discuss treatment options to help you get back to a more normal life.
Appliance and Mower Center in Grants Pass has something for everyone. With brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid, we will help you fill your home with high-quality appliances from the top brands. We service what we sell. With on-staff Whirlpool technicians, our parts and service department has the largest in-stock supply of appliances and parts in the Rogue Valley. Appliance and Mower Center in Grants Pass. Come on in and see what customer service is supposed to be.
This is Maya. As an embedded systems engineering student at Rogue Community College, Maya spends a lot of time in the lab, learning circuit design and making great connections with her instructors and classmates. By riding the bus and not owning a car, Maya saves almost $1,000 a month. RVTD helps Maya get to and from class safely and easily, enabling her to invest in her bright future at Oregon Tech. Way to go, Maya!
Abby's loves the Pacific Northwest so much, we named one of our favorite pizzas after it, the P&W Chicken Pizza, featuring loads of chicken, onion, country bacon, and Canadian bacon piled to the edge. Family-owned Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
On Thursday, the Utah Utes headed out to Washington State to take on the Cougars. I don't know about you, Peyton, but I'm loving this Thursday night football, high school and college edition.
Right, me too, Madison, especially because these high school and college games always seem to be a little bit better than those NFL games that they've been giving us. So with that being said, let's check out those game highlights. We start in the second quarter. Washington State's Cameron Ward steps back to pass and launches it to Dijon, dribbling in the end zone for the 29-yard touchdown pass, 7-0. Still in the second, Utah threatening on offense, Jaquindon Jackson with a 6-yard touchdown run, barreling through the defense, and he ties the game at 7. Tied at 7 still with the clock winding down, Jalen Glover with the 1-yard touchdown run gives Utah the lead, 14-7 heading into half. Third quarter now, Bryson Barnes finds Dalton Kincaid on the side for the 5-yard touchdown, and Utah extends their lead 21-7. But here comes Cameron Ward, and the Cougs never count them out. Ward keeps it, he finds the gap and sneaks through to the end zone, 21-14 now. 21-17, Utah still leads with under a minute left. The Utes are going for it on 4th and 7 because a first down puts the game away. But Barnes' pass is intercepted by Smith-Wade. But there is a flag on the play and Wade is called for defensive holding. Utah gets the ball back and they will run out the clock. Final on Thursday night, Pac-12 at dark, 21-17 Utah. Utes backup quarterback Bryson Barnes threw for 175 yards and added a touchdown after replacing the injured Cameron Rising. This was the Utes' first win in Pullman since November of 2011. Utah remains in the hunt to keep their Pac-12 championship title, while Washington State is still hoping to qualify for a bowl game. Madison, I thought Wazoo might be a little bit better this season considering their strong 3-0 start, but since their first loss of the season to the Ducks, their last win was October 1st against the Cal Bears.
Their momentum has definitely shifted, but let's talk about those USC Trojans taking on Arizona Wildcats tonight. They also just lost to Utah last week, but this matchup seems to always be an easy win for Utah, we thought, for USC. Arizona fans getting excited for their homecoming game against the number 10th ranked USC Trojans. Rob Gronkowski back in Arizona to see his alma mater. Starting in the first, fourth and 4, Dennis Lynch makes this one from 45 yards out. The Trojans on the board first. 3-0 USC, 2nd and 7 now. Wildcats Delora launches this one to Dorian Singler, 23-yard pass and the first Arizona touchdown. 3 minutes, 3rd and goal. Caleb Williams pass to Brown gives the Trojans their first touchdown. Clock's ticking, 55 seconds left. Tyler Loop punches this one in from 42 yards out. We're tied at 10. We're now into the second, 3rd and goal. Williams finds Brendan Rice, 2 yards, and the front door is open. He's in. Trojans take the lead again, 17-10. The Trojans can't convert and find the end zone, so they'll kick it instead, 25 yards. Field goal is in, 17-13 USC before the half. The final out in the desert, 45-37 USC. Caleb Williams was 31 of 45 for 411 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jalen DeLora went 26 of 43 for 380 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. USC's Travis Dye had 118 yards on 22 carries. USC will still stay at home to take on Cal next weekend.
And speaking of the desert, Madison, the ASU Sun Devils traded in the heat for some cold weather as they headed out to Colorado to take on the Buffaloes.
And I'm pulling for Colorado this season for some reason, as they got their first win of the season against the Cal Bears 2 weeks ago.
I know you are, Madison, but I hate to say it, I think that might be their only win of the season.
That's what happens when I say I'm pulling for a team.
The 2-5 ASU Sun Devils traveled out to Colorado to take on the 1-6 Buffaloes. Check out this awesome hype video for the Sun Devils. Let's see if they can get it done in Colorado. First quarter, Xavier Valladay punches it in from 4 yards out for the touchdown, getting ASU on the board first, 7-0. Next sequence up, 3rd and 3 at the ASU 7. JT Shrout completes it to Montana Lemonis Craig for the 7-yard touchdown, 14-10. But here comes Xavier Valladay. He uses his speed and runs it 42 yards for a touchdown, 21-10 ASU. But JT Shrout has an answer for that play. He flushes the pocket and he finds Jordan Tyson for the 58-yard touchdown pass. Buffalo's inching closer to taking the lead, 21-17 ASU. Last minute of the first half, ASU punches one more in, and guess who it is? Xavier Valladay on the 1-yard touchdown rush. Final out at Folsom Stadium, 42-34 ASU. Trenton Burgett was 32 of 43 for 435 yards and 3 touchdowns with 1 interception. Colorado remains with 1 win this season.
That's what happens. The Buffaloes are taking on the Oregon Ducks next week. So Peyton, you might be right about Cal being their only win of the season.
That's okay. There's always next year, next season. And speaking of the Ducks, Madison, they just took down the UCLA Bruins last week, a statement win for the Ducks and a bad loss for the Bruins.
And I think UCLA has a chip on their shoulder now because I didn't think they expected to lose 1 game this season with Chip Kelly out there. So let's see how the Bruins are doing against the Stanford Cardinal. This game is still currently underway. Current score, we're in the second, 17-3 UCLA up. Dorian Thompson-Robinson currently 6 for 11 with 54 passing yards. Meanwhile, Zach Carbonet has 8 carries on 88 yards and 1 touchdown. Currently, Stanford has the ball 4th and 2, and the ball's on the 44 for Stanford.
Looking at all the games we've seen in the Pac-12 today, I had to take the best thing I saw today from the Ducks versus Cal game. And this isn't one play in particular, but rather a person who stood out the most to me today. And that is QB1 for the Ducks, Bo Nix. We know that Bo Nix can sling it. He has shown us that in almost every game, besides that Georgia game, of course. But he has also shown how he can escape the pocket, stay on his feet, maybe dodge a few tackles here and there, and get into the end zone. And he was a dynamic threat on offense today. Nix was 27 of 35 with 412 passing yards, throwing 3 touchdowns. But he also led the team with 12 carries for 59 yards, scoring 3 touchdowns. And based on his performance in the season so far, Nix has put himself into that Heisman conversation.
Coming up on College Game Night, we'll recap some NCAA games from across the country. Your face might look like hers, and you don't want to miss these.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon. Newswatch 12 brings you Foodie Frenzy, where local restaurants offer our viewers $50 in food vouchers for half off. This Foodie Frenzy is sponsored by Wayback Burgers. Go to kdrv.com/deals to buy now.
Hi, I need new tires.
Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs this tire.
No, definitely not.
No.
Let's get you those tires.
Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
They're an expression of you. They reflect your sense of beauty and elegance. They're gateways into your world, providing both charm and peace of mind. Let our experts design and create the ornamental iron fence that expresses the personality of your home or business. Visit a Quality Fence showroom today or online at qualityfenceco.com.
Ideas made to marinate. Dough-covered hands and handles made for them. Adjusting until it's just right. Kitchen suites designed to bring more to the table. These are the marks of a maker. Discover the collection from KitchenAid.
Active Appliance and Mattress on 7th Street in Grants Pass. Shop online or in store.
Jim Siegel Auto has got me singing a brand new song.
Jim Siegel.
Can't go wrong.
With Jim Siegel Auto, I know that I just can't go wrong.
Car care from people who really know how to care about your car. Jim Siegel, Grants Pass.
You
Can't go wrong.
Jim Siegel Auto, can't go wrong.
College Football Game Night, Saturdays on Newswatch 12 with Madison Marie and Peyton Manny. Catch all the action Saturdays at 8 p.m. only on Newswatch 12. Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon. Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
The unranked Fighting Irish were out in New York early this morning to take on the 16th ranked Syracuse Orange. Peyton, it is so rare that we see a Notre Dame team this deep in the season and not ranked and possibly not heading into playoffs.
That is true. Kind of unheard of, kind of spooky a little bit. But how rare is that Syracuse is ranked in week 9?
Even more spooky, I think. The 16th ranked Orange facing Notre Dame at home today. Syracuse has lost 4 straight games to the Irish. First play from scrimmage, Brandon Joseph picks off Orange's Garrett Schreider. He takes this one for 29 yards and a touchdown. Fans literally can't believe it. I love that video. Still in the first, Schreider right into the ship. 13-yard touchdown pass to Gasson to tie it up at 7. Now in the second, Logan Diggs dives across the line. Touchdown, Notre Dame, and they'll take the lead. One more for the Irish before the half. Payne finds Thomas rolling out the flat for a 3-yard score with less than 30 seconds left in the half. After a field goal from both teams, Sean Tucker scores from 4 yards out. Orange make this one a game, but Irish takes the one away. Estime punches in another one, and Notre Dame defeats the second-ranked team in a row. Final 41-24 Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish were pretty dominant on the ground today. All 5 touchdowns were runs, and 2 of them from Andre Estime, who had 20 carries for 123 yards. The Orange finished with 2 turnovers and took their second loss in a row on their home turf.
Well, I guess Notre Dame might not be ranked, but they're showing they have what it takes to beat a ranked team, especially today.
They are. And if you weren't nervous watching that Ohio State game today, then you weren't me. Peyton, I was so scared about my picks.
That's always a hot topic here at the station with Maddie on Saturday, because it's always just a toss-up between how those games are going to go.
It's a scary one.
Well, being in the home of the Lions is no joke, and they showed that today. A rowdy, whiteout crowd packs Beaver Stadium as a 13th ranked Nittany Lions host second-ranked Ohio State. Ohio State leads. Penn State looking to get something started. Buckeye defensive end JT picks off Penn State QB Sean Clifford. Ohio State with the ball now. Williams punches it in from 4 yards out, and the Buckeyes go up 10-0. But wait, the Lions are coming. Parker Washington gets the pass from Clifford and breaks a couple of tackles, taking it 58 yards to the house. Score is now 10-7 Penn State. With the ball again, Clifford finds Keandre Lambert-Smith across the middle for a 23-yard touchdown, and the Lions take the lead 14-10. Ohio State leading 16-14. But Penn State keeps fighting, and Katrin Allen finds his way in from a yard out, giving Penn State the lead. It's a dogfight at Beaver Stadium, but the Buckeyes' Trayvon Henderson rumbles 41 yards for the go-ahead score. OSU takes the lead back 23-21. Final out at Beaver Stadium, 44-31 Ohio State. A tough competitive matchup between these two teams, and I thought for a second there might be an upset. Both finished with over 450 total yards, but it was Penn State's four turnovers that ultimately gave the win away to the Buckeyes. The number 2 ranked Buckeyes remain undefeated, and Penn State takes their first loss of the season.
What a game, and what a way to wake up this morning. I wasn't sure if Penn State was going to pull off that upset.
Me either. I kind of hoped they might, but not today. Let's head over to another upset. TCU was in West Virginia today.
The number 7th ranked Horned Frogs struggled to get on their feet a little in the first half of today's game. West Virginia hosting the 7th ranked TCU in Morgantown, hoping for an upset. Will they get it? Late in the first, Max Duggan takes his time, finds Tay Barber downfield for a 71-yard touchdown, and we're tied at 7. Look at that run heading into the second quarter now. First play of the second, CJ Donaldson punching this one in for the Mountaineers from a yard out. It's his second score of the game. Mountaineers take the lead, but the Horned Frogs say not so fast. Duggan stepping back, and boom, perfect spot for Quentin Johnson. He's a runner. He's a track star, 55 yards. We're tied at 14 after West Virginia fumble. Kendra Miller is going to take this one 51 yards to the house. Zooming right between the defenders, the Frogs take the lead for the first time right before the half. We're tied at 21, and then Amani Bailey breaks that. He takes this one in 30 yards, and for a go-ahead score, the Frogs reclaim the lead. We're wrapping up the game. TCU needs this field goal. They get it from 46 yards out. They make it a 2-score game. Final in West Virginia, Country Roads, 41-31 TCU. You like what I did there, Peyton?
I did, that was cool.
Max Duggan threw for 341 yards and held the Mountaineers to only 4 touchdowns compared to their 5 end zone grabs. Both JT Daniels and Duggan threw 1 interception, and Daniels finished 22 of 39 for 275 yards. The Horned Frogs remain undefeated, and maybe I need to take singing classes.
Maybe. If sports reporting doesn't work out for you, I think you might have a job in singing.
Maybe.
But I think sports reporting is your...
Thank you,
I think we'll stick with that. Enough with the possible upsets.
Hey, it's that time of the season.
Well, let's jump into a ranked matchup. The number 9 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys took on the number 22 ranked Kansas State Wildcats.
Peyton, you thought we were done with the possible upsets? Just you wait. Let's see this game.
This is only the second time Oklahoma State and Kansas State have faced each other while both teams are ranked. Here we go. First quarter, we start off strong. Kansas State with the ball, and Will Howard finds Cade Warner for the 38-yard touchdown. K-State goes up 7-0. Still in the first, though, Wildcats with the ball again. Deuce Vaughn hits the gap up the middle, and he's gone. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. He takes his ball 62 yards to the end zone, and K-State takes the early 2-touchdown lead. Wildcats with the ball still. Howard lobs it up for the 31-yard pass to Phillip Brooks in the end zone for the touchdown. K-State extends their lead 21-0. Still in the second quarter, Howard with the screen pass to Warner. Warner does the rest. He takes it 41 yards to the house. 28-0, Kansas State. 11 seconds left in the first half. K-State breaks the formation and goes empty. Howard Vaughn with the 1-yard touchdown catch, and that'll give the Wildcats a 35-0 lead. Kansas State gets their biggest win ever in a blowout over Oklahoma State, and yet another upset. Final out in Kansas, 48-0. Kansas State, talk about an upset. Will Howard finished 21 of 37 for 296 yards and 4 touchdowns. And we spoke about him last week, but let's do it again. Deuce Vaughn ran for 158 yards on 22 carries. K-State hands the Cowboys their first shutout loss since 2009. Well, from one crazy game to the next, I don't think anyone expected this.
I know, I sure didn't. Number 10 Wake Forest and the Demon Deacons taking on Louisville Cardinals in Kentucky. Louisville fans hoping for their first win against a top 10 program since 2016. Starting in the highlights, the second quarter, Cardinals up a couple field goals. QB punches it in for a yard out. Cardinals go up. Second quarter, Sam Hartman hands it off to Justin Elson, and he gets over the line. It's pushed back, called a touchdown on the field. 13-7, Louisville still leads. Wake Forest with the ball again. Jamal Banks hauls in a 16-yard touchdown pass off a great throw from Hartman. Even a better catch, first of many. Kittrell Clark picks off Hartman and takes it back 46 yards for the pick six. Louisville extends their lead to 20. Cardinals with the ball again in the third quarter. Evans rips off a 52-yard run for the Cardinals score. No one's going to stop him. He'll give the Cardinals the lead. 4 minutes left. Cunningham shows off his groundwork and finds the end zone with a 9-yard run. The Cardinals go up 34-14.
An upset in Louisville, final 48-21 Cardinals. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons had 402 total yards on the day, and the Louisville Cardinals had 410 total yards on the day. But Wake Forest lost their game on turnovers with a total of 8, compared to the Cardinals' 1 turnover.
And my weekly picks are now still ruined, and I'm so glad I didn't pick Wake Forest. But let's switch over to a game that just ended right before our show started.
Madison, I hate to tell you this, but the number 4 ranked Wolverines welcome in the Spartans in the Big House today, a state rivalry at its finest.
They didn't upset my picks.
Michigan fans in the Big House getting ready for the 15th all-time meeting between the Wolverines and the Spartans. J.J. McCarthy finds Cornelius Johnson, but Johnson fumbles the ball over to the Spartans. The Spartans couldn't capitalize on that fumble though, so here comes Jake Moody for the 22-yard field goal attempt. He is going to nail it. Michigan goes up 3-0. 28 seconds left in the first. Peyton Thorne goes deep to Keon Coleman for the 26-yard touchdown, and the Spartans take the lead 7-3. Second quarter we go. Blake Corum doing what he does best, finding the end zone for himself on the 2-yard touchdown, and Michigan takes the lead back 10-7. Jake Moody on the field again looking to extend Michigan's lead, and he does that. 25-yard field goal is good. Michigan leads 13-7.
The final in the Big House, 29-7 Michigan. J.J. McCarthy, 15 of 25 for 167 yards and 1 touchdown. Blake Corum showing why he's Heisman contention. 33 carries for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. 117 carries would be crazy. Michigan remains undefeated, and they beat their state rival.
I love a good rivalry game. The atmosphere is always so electric.
It really is, and the game was quite the showdown. Before we ended our college segment, we have to talk about an SEC matchup.
We do. We always do. 2 ranked SEC teams the weekend before the playoff rankings come out.
Yes, please. Let's see it.
The final out at Neyland Stadium was 44-6 Vols. Hendon Hooker was 19 of 25 with 245 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hooker also rushed for 23 yards on 10 carries, and Jabari Small rushed for 78 yards on 21 carries. The Vols extend their undefeated record to 8-0 on the season, but are facing the #1 Georgia Bulldogs next Saturday.
For the first time ever, College Game Day was live from Jackson State University. It's my favorite thing I've seen today because it was the first SWAC campus to ever host the pregame show and only the 4th in HBCU history. NFL Hall of Fame player and JSU head coach Deion Sanders has really brought a spotlight to the HBCU football programs across the country, and it was very much needed. This touchdown rush marked 3 touchdowns on the day for Jackson State's Shadier Sanders. Deion's son, actually. JSU shut out Southern today 35-0. Sanders went 18 of 33 for 194 passing yards and 52 yards rushing. The Tigers remain undefeated in the SWAC conference. And Jackson State alum and First Take's very own Stephen A. Smith was on the guest speaker for College Game Day, and the atmosphere was electric before the game. But who's SWAC? Don't ask Deion.
Coming up on College Football Game Night, we are bringing it back home to Southern Oregon high school football to announce our Week 8 Play of the Week winner and our nominees for Week 9, just in case you missed Friday Night Blitz. Stick around. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Whether it's residential, commercial, or industrial, chain link fencing is the all-purpose standard in providing security at an affordable price. And today's chain link offers you more variety, value, and durability. Get great ideas at qualityfenceco.com. Quality Fence in Roseburg, Central Point, and Grants Pass.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
This is Maya. As an embedded systems engineering student at Rogue Community College, Maya spends a lot of time in the lab, learning circuit design and making great connections with her instructors and classmates. By riding the bus and not owning a car, Maya saves almost $1,000 a month. RVTD helps Maya get to and from class safely and easily, enabling her to invest in her bright future at Oregon Tech. Way to go, Maya!
Experience fresh local ingredients with fast and friendly service at Casablanca Coffee and Grill. Come check out our new location on Northwest 6th Street in downtown Grants Pass, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Take it to go or stay and relax in our outdoor patio or indoor seating area. Espresso and coffee, brewed smoothies, wraps, pizzas, full bar, and more. Happy hour from 2 to 5 p.m. Casablanca Coffee and Grill. We have something for everyone.
The details are gruesome. The judge called it sadistic. A violent teen sexually assaulted and brutally slayed an Oregon woman. He'll only serve 7 years thanks to soft-on-crime legislation. Victims warned it was dangerous, but still Golden voted yes. Violent juveniles are getting reduced sentences for committing dangerous crimes. And Kate Brown's made it retroactive, releasing violent felons from prison. This November, protect victims. Keep Southern Oregon safe. Reject Jeff Golden. Paid for by Sparacino for Oregon, PAC ID 20676.
The We're Hiring page on KDRV.com connects local job seekers with job openings. Newswatch 12 is looking for talented individuals to join our team in the following positions: Creative Services Producer, Digital Content Manager, Technical Media Producer, Marketing Assistant, Marketing Specialist, and more. Benefits include medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, and generous PTO plan. Check out these and other current job openings at kdrv.com/hiring today. Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Madison, let's announce our Week 8 Play of the Week winner.
It was a close one once again, but you all voted, so here's our winner. Let's hit a drum roll.
Drum roll, always. Play of the Week winner is South Medford's running back Ryder Scheid. Scheid dodges some tackles and takes this one 40 yards up the sideline to the house for a Panthers touchdown, leading to their shutout win over Roseburg.
We had so much support for that one on Twitter, and I love it. I love South Medford and that whole squad. What a great play. And now our Week 9 Plays of the Week, because what would high school football be without some awesome plays?
I don't know what it would be. It would probably be nothing, Madison. And yet again, these guys make it so hard to pick just 3 nominees, but we did our best. So let's see who these nominees are.
Play of the Week nominee number 1, starting off strong, Luke Bennett catches the punt from North Bend at half field and runs it all the way to the end zone, barely being touched the whole way home. Can't catch him, you won't catch him.
Second play coming courtesy of junior Comet running back Andrew Kelly, 68 yards to the house. No one was catching him. Once he got some space, Comets and Kelly roll all over the Axe tonight in their final game of the season.
And for our final play of the week, we told you this one was coming. Brighton Livingston rolls to his right, throws up a prayer at the first half buzzer, sounds off, touchdown Eagles. Seriously, what a throw by the junior. And not to mention the catch in concentration by senior Dawson Felsen.